that fly for the, like, I don't even know how many times it's popped up in this video. Jeez. Let's do this. Have you ever wondered what's the difference between organic and paid social media? Aren't they the same? No, they're not the same. They're completely different. And let me break it down so we can get some clarity. Yeah! We love our clarity. Organic is important, and it is not paid. So you're not putting money toward your organic posts. However, social media ads or social media marketing is paid, and it is a different software. It's completely separate in a way, kind of. But it's not organic. You're not posting it on your page. But you can boost your organic posts if you would like. So that's also a different way of doing things. They are not the same. They're not the same. They're not the same. There are different strategies and different reasons on each one. Organic, completely different. So organic is going to be a completely different goal than paid ads. Well, and a whole different like strategy on each end. So organic is going to be more of a community building method or a reputation building method, and marketing is going to be more of a CTA/sales/leads funnel. Two separate things. However, they could be interchangeable if you would. Really, it depends. You can do a sales post on organic and not do any money behind it. You could. Or you could just stick with the salesy stuff for ads, which I always recommend. Having not so much the organic posting, because it's going to get scammy and spammy and no one's going to really, ick. Big ick. But you can do a sales post, every so often, but don't make it a habit to be posting sales posts all the time. So those are basically the two differences, and that pretty much cleared it up for the most part, but I'm going to go dive in a little bit further for you so that way we can really get into the nitty-gritty here. So we're talking about an organic content strategy, which is going to be community building, reputation building, and growth, and just having a presence. Those are the four main goals. I'm sure there's smaller ones that are bite-sizable that kind of umbrella under them, but those are the main goals for organic social media posting. And then with the paid, on the other hand, it's going to be sales, leads, call to actions, and essentially the whole energy of that is going to be a instantaneous thing. Like, you got to get it now, like a push, like you got to have kind of a pressure going on, so that way you're pushing them to click it and go and go. And then organic is just completely separate. So you can mesh them together and all of that, which is fine. I recommend doing ads and then also doing an ads strategy or ads campaign strategy, and then a organic content strategy, which is the two different things. Put them together. Mwah, amazing. Whoa. However, what I want to say, you can boost them. So you can boost organic, which I like to do quite a bit because it really is going to blend into a new person that's never really heard of your brand. It'll run through their feed and they won't know who it is. And it's like a way to blend into their feed without really them picking up that it's an ad. There's a thing where, like us humans, we learned how to pick out an ad in about a second. When we're scrolling, we can easily pick up what is an ad and what isn't, and pick it out of the crowd like that. So with the ad strategy, you got to make sure you know this in your mind. And how am I going to make this creative pop out? to where people aren't actually, you know, picking it out and just completely skimming over it, because it's going to happen. So using organic is really good to kind of funnel in new followers as like the strategy, not necessarily a CTA type of get it now, right before the end date, or sell ends at this time. It's actually easier to kind of really start marketing your brand of really awareness method. Like, this is going to be a good awareness phase is with organic boosting, so which is different than paid ads. But anyways, the point is that fly for the like, I don't even know how many times it's popped up in this video. Jeez. I just want to stop and pause for a second to kind of make a little announcement. I have a ebook down below. This is going to be a social media starter kit, and it's going to be super and meaty, and it's going to help you kind of understand it's just a starter. It's going to help you start figuring out your audience, and the importance of a strategy, your brand, everything. And it's also going to have a few things like homework type of templates down in the ebook itself. So you can go on and go jump down in the link in the description and go check that out and grab yours, because it's super enriching and it kind of lays everything out for you. 10 out of 10 recommend. I recommend at least give it a shot and go check it out. You really want to focus on both. There's going to be a balance. So you want to use a lot of brain power creating the marketing or paid ad strategy. It's because you have to make sure everything's on point, make sure it's not going to have a really high, like the click-through rate is going to be high. You have a lot of things to add into this and strategize about. So you want to make sure your energy, not necessarily the amount, but the brain power and the brain energy is about the same as, say, your organic strategy, which is going to be a lot more posting, because you're posting way more than, say, 4 ads a month, if you will. So, and they're completely separate strategies in general. The organic, you have to create more and make it more flowing and more personable, rather than more structured in a campaign way, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to use words to I'm trying to use easier words so it's more digestible, but that is pretty much the difference between organic and the paid strategy. They're both important. You cannot miss or skip out on, you can't skip out on organic and do paid only, because what's going to happen is they're going to go to your page and there's not really going to be anything there going on, and they're going to be like, okay. You want to make sure your presence and your reputation and your community is nice and strong, so that way it's making your brand be strong, and they're more likely to turn into a follower, which will turn into a buyer or a customer or a client. That's important. Now, if you're having a CTA of buy now or something really quick, like a quick sell, it's a little bit different, but they're still going to go on to your other platforms and check and see how reputable you are. What are people saying about your brand? What is the product like? They're going to do research. They're going to do this, and they're going to look through everything. They're going to become an FBI agent, and then that's going to make them determine, okay, do I want to buy from this brand or do I not want to buy from this brand? So that's the importance of making sure your organic strategy is key and on point, and your campaign is also on point. You want to make sure it's all flows perfectly. But I really hope this helps you in some way and you take something from this. Don't forget to do all of the things that every person here on YouTube says. And I do want to know, what's your content strategy?